Okay, now, with the next step presently in play, and TACT for the time being restored onto this grid, so by miraculous intervention, it is still able to be here, but there is a cost that has to be paid, and so I am prepared to pay said cost at this time. So, allow me to go over the necessary steps here that I did post on GameFAQs.com that did go over all the steps needed in order to go through with this. So, I've been thinking hard about how I'm going to do this. Now that I'm feeling much better, I'm more collected and not running on fumes, it's a lot easier to think sensibly. What's left of all of our personal friends that haven't walked out have been waiting patiently, wondering how it is I aim to tackle the next step in this restoration process for TACT, and I do thank you for waiting this out. This is still in a process of restoring, as while TACT is slowly restoring its internal team morale, I need to restore myself as well, because I'm no good to anyone being tired all the time. I've been tired for almost a year now, having to do a lot of the work that has been needed to be done, in and out and balancing my own affairs in real life. Casually and occasionally as things do come up, real life takes precedence, and then everything here is generally a back burner as it needs to be. I've never really complained about it in my own right because I knew that the Lord will reward my services in having helped so many people through the years, doing what it is that I do, and in making a difference with those that I love and that I do care about. Most leaders would have walked away with a whole I don't give a fuck mindset or statement outline. Granted, I have too many reasons how I can easily not give a damn about TACT or the clan or group scene anymore at this point. However, that is not the type of person that I am. I always kept my interest to the prosperity of the young folks and the older players both equally that make up TACT, not the image of TACT itself. Any good clan leader knows that the outline of the clan is by the people, not the name. The name is created by the people, obviously. I put too much time, love, and dedication into TACT to help it prosper into so much more to just let it go. Honestly, perhaps too much. TACT has meant a lot to many people, even outside the clan scene. Outside the clan training regimens that I created on Destiny and FOC through the years of the struggle, it's been a great atmosphere for many to get to know each other through infinite good and bad times that have happened in our daily lives, resulting in a lot of us being very close for the most part now in the modern day clan scene. It's been 3 months now since TACT made the full conversion into a complete online gaming community from an inactively dying clan, enduring 3 internal collapses in the process before I made the decision to convert. I don't know what's going to happen to this group from here on out. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. But I'm ready for what may ultimately occur. I do have plans for how we can try and keep TACT on the steady and on the correct path forward as we do continue our daily progressions in life. Starting with where it last left off here and continuing my general outline from how I originally had it back in January of 2018. TACT will now be active again because I hereby decree it so. Next, now having charge of TACT and also being AOC's respective leader will have obvious complications, which I know a lot of people will automatically point out later on down the road in trying to make a fact out of this when I'm not making a big deal about this at all. So I'll be officially removing Terrain Adaptive Combat Terrestrials from the general clan registration roster, for now anyway, and I'll update it in the coming days for the community. I'm leaving a door open for TACT's return to the clan scene, if I can have the chance. I honestly don't know if TACT can return, so for right now, I will take the name with me to PlayStation 4, and we will start over from the ground up. My full platform expansion project from January will now slowly take effect and be re-engaged. It's a lot to write out specifically, so you can also expect a later update that will come regarding TACT's next direction. This will conclude Business Article 1 in TACT's Restoration Project. Next, I'm going to be moving on into Business Article 2 once I can jump shift over here in a second. What I have composed here for the time being, and only for the time being, this may change over time, is going to be the designated homegoing and semi-retirement speech for Clan TACT, or the TACT community, for Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron, both respectively. I don't really have to write this out in repetition for WSC's Game Facts, as that's actually a really dead article at this point. This will cover both at the same time. Again, the door is open for TACT's return into clan combat, but for right now, as it's barely holding on for all intents and purposes as just doing what it is that it's trying to do, I would preferably like to continue moving in the correct direction, and then later on down the road, if TACT can return, then by all means it can, because I have the door here open and willing for it to be able to return. So, for the time being, here we go. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to write for TACT, so let us not drag our feet. Let's get to this now. So, this is going to be TACT's respective homegoing and semi-retirement speech. Though I founded the Online Gaming Community Incorporated that it has evolved into now here in 2018, TACT was founded amidst April and May of 2015 by Argonarg, myself, and Skull Spectre, originally as a leisurely social, but also a decently competitive gaming clan. And when it came to CBs, though we always discussed everything out as a trio, I can understand that for the most part those guys never really liked the clan battling scene, but they did still like hearing about it because it was a really good pastime to delve into. And Skull at that time was just like, okay, so you want CBs, then you gotta find smart people in order to fight brutes, Skull said. This is what Skull Spectre gave me. This is basically the ultimatum that he gave me back when I first made the whole regime outline. And so I did just that. In the early stages of our clan battles, which is also featured in my early works of with TACT, Arg also tagged along for a lot of those clan battles too. But I know that after a while he really didn't care for the clan battling scene too, because it was a lot of cause and much organizing that took into these affairs, and he wasn't generally an organized individual, but would still take part in them as long as they were organized. So, in order to do this, I had sought to set up a good council here, which I did, which was with Campers and Jacob the Usher, and then over time Sazax had also joined in order to help prepare TACT for its first known clan battles, which at that time was in November or December of 2015, which was against Elite Overlords before they had the name change into Elite Legends. That was with Lord Megatron and Austin 123's crew. It was that same day. It was on the night, more or less going into New Year's, before they had that huge name change to happen into EL. And then there was our public debut in the multi-round standoff that we had against Straxus and Darkmount Gaming Incorporated. So, I say TACT honestly really took off from there. So, with all due respect, I do thank you guys. Straxus, LM, Berserker, Numpties, that's you, buddy, and Torque. Thanks, Lucius. I thank you guys, because what you guys really helped out in putting TACT on the map. All of TACT's hardest and most definitively fought battles, which honestly was all of them, I'm not even gonna lie. Every single clan battle that TACT fought was honestly needlessly overpowered, but somehow we managed to pull through on most of them. But these were some highlighted ones that I wanted to actually take in tow, because these were some highlight clan battles that were likely never going to be repeated ever again, but it needs to be pointed out. And so, with Immortal Descendants, ID, that was AK-47 and Bat Beast's clan. The War-Crying Guardians, that was Jacob, Ray's Graffitigram, and J. Bebop's clan. Predominantly J. Bebops and Reyes. Then Elite Legends was LM and Austin, and Yugal. DMG, Straxy and Brawlimus. Lightning Strike Coalition, LSC, that was Torque and MZ, and Prey. I thank you guys. the Pride of Festoon, AB, Ethan, I thank you guys. Kings of All, Mr. X, cheers to a worthy adversary, I will say. Paul, the Cybertronian Mafia, Hayes, Atrocitus, for what it is worth, for all the romps we've had over the years back when we were trying to do our general WFC thing. I will say that it was good. It was good while it lasted back in the day. Cybertronian Elite Guard, A7, yes. Global Elite Fighters, Marvin, Fabio. Alliance of Chaos, Shadow, Grimwave. Nemesis Gaming Inc., Blaze, Belmont, Mad Dog. Furious, Pro Skills. And of course, to TACT's rival clan, which is the ACW folk. So, Joey, thanks, my man. Swoop, wherever it is you are, wish you get your dumb ass off of Overwatch and actually pay attention. But hey, yo, you're doing your Overwatch thing. And Grimlock, thanks for the memories. We'll still keep making more as we can keep this going. And to that quote, TACT honorably fights the hard battles. Always. I quoted that sentence back in the summer of 2015. That same night I challenged Lord Megatron and Elite Overlords to combat. And I stood by my word since that day, that no matter what happens, TACT will always fight the hard battles, because that's what we do. That's what we do. And we have lived up to that reputation for 3 years now, and it is still going, through many battles within and without of our team. In addition, I also state my thanks to all 12, or 11, or 12 of the players that I took on as my second-in-command in the field of all of TACT's hardest battles through the years, and that it helped to build TACT from our start into the founding name that it stands today in this community. Or at least I hope it can. Or I hope that it did. So, number 1 is Atlas Obey. That was TACT Makeshift. Number 2, ROWD Campers. TACT Campers. 3, Jacob the Usher. TACT Rat Trap. 4, Jack 712. That was the younger brother of the Dax 714. He was TACT Jackie. Alan the Homie 7. That was TACT Optimus. Flint Hart. That was TACT SSJ Goku. 7, that's Jamaz. Jamaz 64, Jammy Maz, or Tuz Spidey. 8, that was Con Brawl, or Spencer. Number 9, Angela Bays. That was TACT Swindle. Number 10, Grimwave the King, or TACT Vortex. Number 11, Moonwalker, or TACT Azrael. And number 12, WTF Server, or TACT Tigertron. Also, I will state that if the time did precede itself, or if the opportunity, I probably would have had 13 as Hoodie Killer, or LOD Destrox. I'd also contributed to TACT enough to where I could have honestly given him a role of second-in-command also alongside me, and Arg and Eric. He turned me down when I gave him the offer, but heck, I still would have given him the position anyways if he really wanted it. I'm not even going to lie, I would have given him the offer anyway. And again, much respect to Alan and a lot of his ideals and his outspoken perspective in how he wanted a lot of the clan battles and our training sessions to go. So, Alan, I thank you a lot, man. Rest in peace. Tim, thank you, man. Thank you for introducing me to Alan when we had the chance all those years ago. And lastly, my respects go out to the earliest of opposition that had helped me to reach the newer heights of creativity I've been climbing, and that I still aspire towards, not just for this grid, but for the whole PlayStation combative spectrum that is yet to come in my journeys. I used to question myself a lot in always being that guy that many people need or that always seem to be dependent upon. It's like that guy that everybody comes to. That difference maker that comes in and goes into the zone and you lay it down. And it's a done deal. And I understand now. And my combat against all you guys painted the bigger picture that I focus on in leading and being the leader that I am today, or the person that I am today, and in helping me to be, well, to be stronger than I was, to be stronger than I once was, and to be stronger than who I was yesterday, and to always pay it forward in bettering myself. And I instill those traits into TACT structure for others to try to step up if there's a time where Arg or Skull or me have to step down and others can try to step up. Even if they don't always succeed, it's still the chance in giving them that chance to be their own leader and to give their own identity, to have their own voice that can be meaningful. That way it's like they're not ignored. Like you have a chance to step up and take a little bit more responsibility and all that stuff. And so, in helping to give that opportunity forward, it's helped in generating a good deal of prosperity in more than one way. And I thank you for having met you guys when we did. Ethan, Dragon, DP, Bossman, Numtees, Aswin, Dax, Pro, MOD Pro Destroyer, Straxus, and Edjo. Especially you, Edjo. I thank you for everything. What it is I learned from you and Bolts back in the Freedom Fighters all those years ago helped in really trying to understand when you pay it forward. And I can't thank you guys enough. All of you, I can't thank you enough for everything it is that I've learned and that I'm still learning about myself, and that I'm learning and trying to pass it on with other people in this community and helping them reach that deeper them that's deep down inside of their characteristics that they're still just finding in their own right. TACT thanks you all, as do I. They will move forward into a new dawn thanks to what it is I've learned from all of you past leaders in this community. And there's always a spot in my gaming community online on PS4 for you guys, if you guys are interested. Just let me know, and it's all good. The next step is about to begin, and so I want to make sure that I keep my head held high, I keep my spirits with me, and above all else, I stay positive that whatever it is I'm doing is going to be okay for this community, this TACT gaming community now, and that I have confidence that I'm doing the right thing and that I'm making all the right calls. Because I know it's all on me now, but at the same time, I'm not alone. Because what's left of TACT now is going to be the general solidarity that will now make or break what new TACT is now. The new generation, and what TACT is and where it is going to go now. Where it's going now. Where TACT will be going now, well, you're just going to have to wait and see, right? The online universe is a very big universe, and so a lot can happen. So let's hope that a lot of good things can happen, right? Right.